Hello everyone, this is the Developing China. Welcome to our channel. Today, we will discuss a topic with you. Today, let's focus on the issue of what is the status of Chinese domestic EDA product today? Overseas EDA product matrix is more complete. In terms of the completeness of the EDA product matrix, according to our calculation, there are about 40 segments in the EDA tool chain, and domestic manufacturers have not yet achieved full EDA process and segment coverage like the three international players. As of December 2021, the domestic EDA leader, Huada JiuTian, can only achieve full flow coverage of analog chip design and flat panel design, with a coverage rate of about 40%. While other domestic EDA vendors' products are mostly point tools, which cannot provide customers with full-flow product services in specific areas. The process supported by overseas EDA products is more advanced. From the viewpoint of the technical advancement of EDA products, the most advanced process that the three international giants can support has reached 2 nanometers. While only some products of domestic manufacturers support more advanced process. For example, only one circuit simulation tool in the whole process of analog design of Huada Jutian supports 5 nanometers process, the rest only supports 28 nanometers process, and the EDA products of Siercore only support 10 nanometers process. Synopsys and Cadence are also giants in the IP market, with Synopsys and Cadence having the second and third largest IP market revenue shares in the world after ARM. In contrast, most domestic EDA vendors are still developing EDA tools and not laying out IP products. With the continuous development of the IC industry, the role of IP will become more and more significant. Domestic and foreign EDA companies in the development of IP has produced a large gap. Overseas EDA products have obvious first-mover advantage and high customer stickiness. Since the 1970s, when software was used to assist chip design, the foreign EDA industry has developed for nearly 50 years, with obvious first-mover advantages and more perfect technology, ecology and customer habits. In addition, the cost of advanced process chip flow in 2021 is already hundreds of millions of RMB. The choice of EDA tools is related to the success rate of the flow, and the risk of customers changing EDA tools is very high, and when customers use domestic EDA run data inconsistent with the international giant EDA tools. They even need to explain the results of domestic manufacturers. The number of domestic EDA professionals is scarce, and most of them work in foreign EDA enterprises. According to the data of SADI Intelligence, the number of employees in China's EDA industry will be about 4,400 in 2020, of which the total number of local EDA enterprises will be about 2,000. Although there is a substantial increase compared with 700 people in 2018, there is still a big gap compared with overseas. According to the data disclosed in the 23rd Annual China IC Manufacturing Conference, the number of employees in the global EDA industry is around 40,000, and as of December 2021, the number of employees in Synopsys alone reached more than 15,000. China's EDA talent pool training system is not perfect. Since Synopsys entered China, it has cooperated with Tsinghua University, Southeast University, Huazhong University of Science and Technology, and other famous universities to provide software support. Since entering China, Synopsys has partnered with leading universities such as Tsinghua University, Southeast University, and Huazhong University of Science and Technology to provide software support and establish collaborative exchange centers. At present, only a few institutions in China have research and talent training programs in EDA direction, and the cooperation between domestic EDA companies and universities is just beginning, and the talent training system is not yet perfect. EDA software does not develop independently, and EDA needs to work with chip design vendors and fabs to polish products and advance technology. The overseas semiconductor industry chain is complete, with leading chip designers such as NVIDIA, Intel, and AMD, as well as large wafer manufacturers such as Samsung, TSMC, and Grosvenor. The partners are all leading companies in their own niche tracks and play key roles in the industry chain, so strong synergy can enhance the competitiveness of EDA products. Overseas EDA M&A soil is fertile. 3 EDA giants, mainly through M&A to complete their own industrial chain. M&A needs not only capital, but also the quality of the target group available for M&A. According to Crunchbase data, in 2020, there are more than 600 overseas, more than 200 in the US, which provides fertile soil for the giants' M&A. In contrast, there are only a few dozen domestic EDA enterprises, which to a certain extent restricts the development of the domestic EDA industry. The importance of Huawei's for investments in domestic EDA companies is evident. Since December 2020, Huawei's Hubble investment has invested in 4 domestic EDA companies, including Zhutongfang Microelectronics, an RF full-flow tool provider, Wuxi Feipu Electronics, which focuses on industrial design and simulation, Leeson Software, which focuses on logic synthesis and physical design, and Arcas Micro, which focuses on digital front-end form verification, all of which are leading domestic EDA vendors in various niche tool areas. 30 years of development, the fire of EDA national production lit. The road to domestic EDA started in the 1980s, and in the early 1990s, China's first EDA tool with independent intellectual property rights, Panda, was born and won several international awards. But then foreign EDA manufacturers entered China, and the domestic EDA industry fell into the silence for more than 10 years under the trend of making is better than buying. It was not until 2008, when the National Nuclear High Foundation project included EDA in it, that the domestic EDA industry regained its vitality. At the same time, the ZTE and Huawei incidents made people realize the importance of key basic technology, and the capital market also started to pay attention to the EDA industry. According to the data of Core Ideas Research Institute, the number of financing in EDA industry has reached 16 times in 2020, far more than the one time in 2010. The domestic EDA industry is gradually growing, and the star fire has already started a prairie trend. With the support of both national policies and capital, the number of domestic EDA vendors is increasing. According to the data from the Core Ideas Research Institute, there are about 49 domestic EDA companies in 2020, such as Huada JiuTian, Core Huazhong, Core Vision, Guangdong Micro, Guilin Electronics, and Siercore, etc. As of December 30, 2021, 4 domestic companies have applied for IPO, among which Guilin Electronics has been listed. These domestic EDA vendors have made technological breakthroughs in various segments, and Huada JiuTian has been able to provide EDA products for the whole process of analog chip design. According to the data of SADI Intelligence, from 2018 to 2020, the share of China's EDA market revenue localization will gradually increase from 6% to 11%, and the pace of localization will gradually accelerate, and the fire of the star has already started a prairie trend. For typical domestic EDA companies lead the wave of EDA localization. Huada JiuTian, the top of domestic EDA, the only national team. Inherited from Panda, the leading domestic EDA company. The founder of the company participated in the design of China's first EDA tool with independent intellectual property rights, Panda ICAD system, and has solid technical skills and industry experience. Founded in 2009, the company is mainly engaged in the development, sales, and related services of EDA tools and software. The main products include analog circuit design full flow EDA tool system, digital circuit design EDA tool, flat panel display circuit design full flow EDA tool system, and wafer fabrication EDA tool. According to the data of Synopsys, in 2020, the revenue of Huada Jutian will account for about 6% of China's EDA market and more than 50% of the revenue of domestic EDA market, ranking first among local EDA enterprises. With the largest revenue scale in China, the company attaches great importance to technology research and development. With revenue of 415 million renminbi in 2020, up 61% year-over-year, Huada Jutian is the largest domestic EDA vendor. 2020 net profit is 104 million renminbi, up 81% year-over-year. The company's R&D personnel will account for 67% in 2020. As of June 30, 2021, the company has 145 authorized patents and 51 registered software copyrights. China Electronics has given strong industrial chain support to Huada Jutian. China Electronics Corporation (CEC) is an important state-owned backbone enterprise directly managed by the central government. CEC has successfully broken through the key core technologies such as high-end general-purpose chips and operating systems and built a safe, advanced and green PKS autonomous computing system that is compatible with the mobile ecosystem and comparable with the international mainstream architecture. According to the official website of CEC, by the end of 2020, CEC has 26 secondary enterprises, 15 listed companies, more than 180,000 employees, and annual revenue of 247.92 billion renminbi. The second largest shareholder, Grand Fund IN2, has made comprehensive investments in the semiconductor industry chain from raw materials to packaging and testing, which can provide full industry chain support for the products of Huada Jutian. Thank you for watching our video. How do you think about what is the status of Chinese domestic EDA product today? You can put your opinions and ideas in the comments below. We will keep on uploading new videos, so your subscribe and likes will encourage us to create new videos.